Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please let me know in the chat box by typing the number 1, the comment section. By typing the number 1, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for doing so. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and jump right in. We got a lot to deal with today. Keep in mind, everything we look at today is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations, all right? And if you like what you see here, make sure you follow along. Make sure you subscribe. Not only to YouTube, but to the various social platforms we have out there, and follow along with everything that we do here today. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and jump in. Good morning to all of you that are here. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. So let's go ahead and let's start off the day by looking at the futures. We've got some economic reports today. Some important ones that just hit the wire, actually. So we've got advanced GDP that comes out today, which is red, right? And then we've got unemployment claims, which I just saw were down 30,000 to 260 for unemployment claims. But all of these, coming out at 8:30. Next reports come out: pending home sales, which is a good report, and natural gas. I did see some downgrades today, which we'll talk about on home builders. So that could be a very important report today. If you're going to trade the home builders, make sure you're keeping your eye on that for sure. All right, so the ES, chug-a-lug-a-lug-a-lug-a-lug. We're up about 18 or 19 points right now. We've had a nice gain since my AM wake time here this morning. We've had a nice gain, move to the upside this morning. We're up 17 points right now. I think that 8:30 announcement is weighing a little bit on the ES there. Then we look at the YM, and we're up 70 points or so on the YM. We had a pop. We gave it all back in the overnight and then some. Good continuation down. Double bottom pattern that we bounced off of. Where? Right about the European market news cycle, which is about 2 a.m. Eastern. All right, then we look at the NQ. And we're up on NQ by about 90 points right now. So we're up more on the NASDAQ than we are on the Dow. And on the Russell, we're up about 9 points. So I'm glad to see the Russell start to come back a little bit, although I wasn't in trouble on my short legs, on my bear calls, right? I wasn't in trouble on my iron condor on the bearish legs. I was in trouble, would get in trouble if we kept pushing to the downside. So I'm glad to see that we're recovering a little bit. Bitcoin just can't really decide what it wants to do. It's all over the place. It pushes up, it comes back down. It pushes up, it comes back down. I'm happy to see it retest at this 35, 37, 38 level. I'm very happy to see that. Hang around there a couple of days. I actually went through this last evening in our Trading You, where we talked about, actually our topic last night was crypto or crapo, right? And that's a buddy of mine who calls crypto crapo because he just doesn't understand it. And we went through Bitcoin and what's going on, Ethereum, how we trade them, and so forth. Gold, we've got a nice little slide to the downside of about 25 points. And lastly, we've got crude oil is up at about 88. I've got a decision to make. I've got a long option right now on crude, not on crude, but on an energy company. I'm up a couple of points on it right now. I've got to consider if I'm going to exit out. I really need to make a decision of, are we going to continue to climb or not? We have gotten us to the last 5-day high. But if we're going to start seeing some pullbacks, I want to just lock my profits in and call it a day. Morning, Erica. So Bagel Trade said, I am 14 and I've been trying to get into day trading. Any advice? So are you looking to day trade? Are you looking to day trade stocks, options, futures? First question is, what are you looking to trade? Give me some feedback on that first, and then I definitely can get you some help there. Right. So with that, folks, let's go and take a look at yesterday's trades that we looked at. So I have yesterday's tracking sheet here that I always do, and I've got today's tracking sheet already set up. And this is my action plan, basically, of what I'm looking to do. So yesterday we had check marks next to Kimberly-Clark, Mattel, Microsoft, AT&T. I liked the news on Corning that came out where they were making the Disney toys. So if we look at from yesterday, by the way, guys, drop in the trades that you did yesterday. I'd love to see the trades that you guys took yesterday. I'd like to know if you held off purposely and waited until after the Fed announcement. Let me know. Drop those comments in the section. Would love to see them there. And certainly want to know what you guys were trading yesterday. In particular, if any of them were the ones that we traded here. So when we look at the candidates from yesterday, I really want to spend 2 or 3 minutes on this. DraftKings, I said, wait, we ran up, we hit resistance, and we rolled over. It was a good call on that. Same thing on TXN. The wait was a good call on TXN. Kimberly-Clark, with the options for the bear call, I was able to get 10 cents. It just wasn't enough for me. I wasn't interested. For Mattel, I was able to get 10 cents. There was no premium there. With Microsoft, it ran up yesterday and failed immediately. If you look at and we gapped up and then we just failed right off it. So there was no trade to take on that in a bullish position. And AT&T, the same thing. The numbers just did not work out. None of the 4 that I had check marks next to, how much of that played into big blue chip type companies, the AT&Ts of the world, Microsoft of the world, and how much of that played into the Fed yesterday with the announcements coming out that people were just holding back. What did work out was Corning. I had down bull put spread below 38. So let me max this screen here. GLW was the tickle symbol for that one. And we're looking at the 38. We had a nice move up not long after the open. We were all the way down here. We got this pullback and started to get a bounce. I was able to get, on the $38 put, I was able to get 25 cents as of today. The $38 put right now is trading at 30 cents. Okay. That was from yesterday's close. So we're underwater. We're underwater just a little bit on the position. It's okay. We'll deal with it today. They actually got an upgrade today. They're back on our list today. I think it was, they got an upgrade from Goldman today. So we'll see where that all pans out today for them. All right. But that was the only one that I did from yesterday. Erica said traded the SPY. Alan said Amazon was amazing. Absolutely, Alan. I love trading Amazon on a regular basis. Alan said PANW panic. Oh, yeah, I get it. Also, MasterCard was an ATM. Nice. Joan said waited for the Fed, went to lunch with a friend. There you go. There you go. Bottom line. I mean, I should have gotten out yesterday on Corning. I had the ability to get out about 2 o'clock right before the Fed for 15 cents and lock in a dime. I didn't do it. So we'll see. I'll be out of it today regardless. I'm not going to hold it any longer. Yep. Evelyn said waited for the Fed. I get it. Robert said Intel bull put spread, Microsoft bull put spread, Mattel naked put, Kimberly bear call spread, broke even on that. Barely got out of the spreads in the afternoon, and the naked put is still good to go so far. There you go. So, and that was all Fed, right? And that's something that we deal with. It's just contending with what the announcement comes out there. It was an interesting announcement to watch that movement yesterday, for sure. Right. So, all right, bagel trades. If you're looking at starting 14 years old, folks, don't you love it? Would you love to have started this when you were 14? Right? Think of where you'd be today if you learned how to do this while you were 14 years old. If you're looking at stocks, you got to make sure that you're looking at lower price stocks, unless you've got a decent size account to work with. But you're going to look at those lower price stocks, and you want to look for something called the average true range. And you want to make sure that it moves enough every day that you've got an opportunity to be profitable on. So if you look at a stock that's $20 and it only moves 10 cents a day, you don't have any opportunity to really be profitable normally on that company. You want to look for newsy type companies that are coming out. and make sure there's enough volume on those stocks, right? What I would do is this. If you come and check back with us, send an email, Bagel Trade, send an email to support@wealthbuildershq.com, and we will get you sent out some resources of where you can go. All right, of where you can go to get some more detail. We'll get you some video type stuff where we can get you learning a little bit more about the market. All right, but you got to send an email to support and reference this training that we talked about here on YouTube. All right. Alan said at 14, I was trading baseball cards. Good on you. There you go. Sean said he started at 17. All right. But Bagel Trades, it's on you. I'll do my part if you do yours. My expression is reach your hand out for help and I'll grab your whole arm. All right. So let's go ahead and let's jump into today's candidates. So first off, we've got BX as our, you can see the candidates here, right? I have nothing that are monthly options. Wasn't interested in them at all. There was only one, and I didn't really care. We've got so many good ones today that are weeklies. I didn't put it on the list because I haven't been trading any of the ones through earnings season at all because I've got plenty of other trades to work with. So let's open this one up to a big screen, and let's see what's going on. So BX was earnings, a lot of earnings today. Blackstone, they are up about $7. So let's go look at BX on the daily chart. Let's change this over so I can see the average true range. All right, so let's see, BX. All right, so they were on a downward trajectory and a bearish bias. They're sitting right now at 119, 118.5. So we got above the 21 moving average, the green line. So we're in a good position there to try to take advantage of that, right? So if we get above, we're above that green line. So I'm going to look at a bull put spread below 116. So BPS, bull put spread below 117, which means 117 or 116. We're going to do 116. 116 or lower. All right. So I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. CMCSA. Let's just set it up here since we're here. CMCSA. All right. So they had earnings come out. They increased their dividend and they increased their share buyback, and they're down 26 cents right now. They were up earlier here, right? They had a nice spike this morning, and then have given some back. So this is going to become a wait on CMCSA. Corning is GLW, right? They're back in, as I said, action again. Upgrade from Goldman Sachs. Big company, big upgrade. They're up 71 cents right now. If we look at them from yesterday's move, we're talking about a move from $35 to $40 in 2 days, right? Which has been fantastic, right? If you're a shareholder in this, it's fantastic. I mean, there's also fears of glass becoming very much more expensive, right? So this is a good thing profit-wise for Corning, the sale of glass. So what are we looking at here? Still like a naked put, right? Always have, always will. It's just a matter of the premium you can get for it. So if we look at GLW, naked put below 38, right? Right now we're at almost 40, 39.95. We'll call it 40. So we're doing good there, right? So I like Corning, 3 check marks next to it. I already own it. When I say own it, I sold it. It's the naked put from yesterday. All right, let's see. Intel was earnings, right? They are down $1.44. Apparently the earnings weren't great. Chip makers, everything going on with chips, shortages and supply chain issues and all of that stuff. Not surprising. I'm sure some of it led to or came from what came out of their announcements with the earnings as to the why. What's the detail behind it. So let's go look at Intel. All right, we were already in a bearish trajectory. We're now down at 50. So we're just sitting above that $51 level right now. No, we're actually just below it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. For the stock, I need it below 51. And then we look at a bear call spread above 51. All right, so we're right there now. We're just below that. We're at 50.20, so that's great. If you can get a retest of that 51 and a fail, it would be even better, okay? So there's Intel. Next is Lennar. So Lennar got a downgrade from Bank of America. They already were in a bearish territory. I love how these firms downgrade and upgrade after the fact. They didn't know any of this beforehand. They're down $1.38. Again, housing market is something to look at in general. You can look at an ETF if you want. But I'm going to be looking at a bearish trade on Lennar. So we could look at a bear call spread or a long put. Right, and we're sitting right now at 91.77. So here's the problem we're going to have. For a bear call spread, it needs to be above. Let me just make sure, $8.91. Yeah, it needs to be above 97. I don't think we're going to get anything above 97. Certainly not for this week. You may have to actually go to next week. Well, I might be wrong. I mean, look at that. 97. Wow. Okay. So above 97, we'll see where it opens up. I'm going to put 3 check marks here. If we got that kind of premium for it, I like it a lot. Next one is Levi, L-E-V-I. Oh, Levi is monthly options only. So we're just going to wait on that. I missed on that one. LRCX. All right, LRCX came out with earnings. Apparently not good. They're down 25, almost $26. Look, I love the moves, but that kind of move makes it hard to get a spread premium in most cases. LRCX. All right, so I've got a channel drawn on LRCX. Right now, they're sitting at 571, so they're still here. We actually should put a fib on this one. Not one I normally trade. I'm going to go right to here. Well, let's try it one more time. I missed. There we go. 571. So guys, we got down here. All right, so we might get away with this. Bear call spread above 577. So what do we got here? We probably have $5. Yeah, we do. Actually, we have $10 increments. I am not a fan of $10 spreads. No. I won't do a credit spread with $10. This is not happening. So we're going to pass on LR6. Too bad. Chart was in the right place. Mickey D's, MCD. McDonald's earnings came out. Not good, apparently, right? They're down $5. I guess people are not eating as much fast food. They already were hitting bearish tones. We're now down at 244. So our entire fib has given way, right? So what I'm looking for is the stock below. Let me see what this old fib looks like here. Yeah, look at that. Stock below 243. And I need the bear call spread above 244. We've got 250 increments on Mickey D's. All right, so if the stock gets down below 243, right now it's at 244.30. Down below 233, you could look at anything above 234, which means we're going to wind up being at the 235s. I'm sorry, not 244. So the 245s, and again, price is going to change, right? Because we moved $5, but you're still looking at a good amount of cash on this option. So we'll see what the numbers are, but we'll be looking at above that 244 if stock gets below 243, which is the fibit from our previous move. All right. Bagel trades. Excellent. Good deal. Good deal. All right. Let's keep going. Mickey D's STX is our next one. They raised their long-term profit margin target. So they're up almost 10%, $9. So let's see, $105 stock. Let's go look at STX. All right. So where are they? They're at 105.5 right now, which means they're here. So they're above the 21 moving average from yesterday's close. Yeah, so here's the thing, guys. I want the stock price above 108, and then I'll do a bull put spread below 108. There's just too much chance of bumping our head on ugly there, hitting that 107.79 level and rolling over. So I'm going to err on the side of caution there and say, you know what? I'm not going to take it unless I can get it the way I want it. Toll Brothers was another downgrade from Bank of America. Again, the whole sector they downgraded, but these two were specifically called out by them. We're down 82 cents, so it's nothing crazy. It's a $55 stock. Let's go look at Toll and see if the market has taken its toll on them. And it has. They were at 56.01. They're at 55.35. So here's the thing. We're sitting just above this level right now. Right? So let's look at stock price below 54 and then a bear call spread above 55. Right? And we have $1 increments here. Now, remember, you don't have to do a 55.56 or 55.54. You don't have to do $1. You could skip and say, I'm going to sell the 55 and I'm going to buy the 57, right? You could skip one and get a little bit more premium if it's just too tight for you. But you have to realize when you do that, you double the profit potentially, but you double the risk. You went from a $1 risk in the trade to now a $2 risk in the trade. So you just have to understand the risk outside of there. Directionally, you can look at puts, right? Long puts. Anywhere that I put bear call spread, you could look at long puts. Anywhere that I put bull put spread, you could look at long calls. All right, folks, we're getting down to the last of our candidates here. So this is the time for you to drop in the stocks that you want me to take a look at for you. Drop them in and we'll check them out. And bagel trades, that's probably a great one for you. You may not be prepared for it today, but drop the symbols in that the stocks you want me to look at. One, right, or one or two, and we'll gladly do that for you. So we went from Toll Brothers. Let's go look at our next one, which is TSCO, Tractor Supply, right? Earnings for them, they are up $11-ish, right? TSCO. So they're at 218 right now. Moving averages are at 222. All right, so here's my problem. We got above the 8 and we got 221 as our resistance, right? So I'm looking for price above 221. And we're going to look at a bull put spread below 220. Yeah, below 220. All right, last one. Last call for alcohol. Tesla. Woo! All right, Rob. Well, they're in a bearish bias right there. What's so special about Tesla? Earnings. Earnings. So they are up $6.50 right now with their earnings. Nothing crazy. It puts them at 944, right? And where does that put them? That puts them right below this 946 level. So I am not very excited about this one being bearish, right? Being a bearish pattern in there. Okay. So of taking anything bullish on it. So I'm going to wait on this one. right? I will look at day trades off pivot points. Right? Day trades on pivot points is where my key is going to be. All right. All right. So let's take a look at the stocks you guys are looking at. Tom, how you doing, my friend? I saw your post on Facebook recently. You were doing some travel, some air travel there. So on SPY, and that was Tom. I mean, we're still in that bearish bias, Tom, right? But we look at SPY, we're up this morning in pre-market. Right, so SPY right now is at 437. So we got above here, Tom. So here's the key. You've got to look at SPY, Tom, between that 435 and 443 level, somewhere in there. You got to look for some key level of support, whether it's an intraday moving average or a pivot point as a potential bounce, but be cautious on the afternoon reversals that we have seen lately when it comes to the market. All right, so just watch. Yeah, I'm just not going to do that here, Tom. We'll do that tomorrow night. But yeah, we definitely need to put a new fib in. We're there. We're ready. Right? Oh, no, we did. My bad. We already did. Yep, the new fib is drawn. Yep, we did it in pop. All right. Andres is asking for NIO. N-I-O. Boo! Right, 2263. Let's pull these fibs out just a little bit. Let's do the scrunchity scrunch. All right. Let's look at it in intraday because I don't know where they are right now. NIO. So they're up 28 cents right now in pre-market. So, Andres, what are we looking at here? I'm bearish on it no matter what right now. Nothing that I look at on this says, ooh, take this bullish, take this bullish. All right. So we're looking at potential move to the downside. Right? Retest the 23 and fail, and there's an opportunity for the bearish move. We're still down below it. We're at 22.94 right now, although we're up 28 cents. I'm looking at that bearish move, and you've got 19.5 as your target. NIO moves about $2.10 a day, so you may not make it all the way down to the 1942 today, but you can make it by tomorrow, right? By Friday's close, meaning there's enough room for it. I don't know if that's someone's phone number, but 085. What criteria do you use in a bear call spread or a bull put spread? Delta, how far to let it go, one against you? Yeah, that's like a 2-hour training on all the details for it. But big picture overview, when I look at a credit spread, I'm giving you the strikes. So I'm calling out the details based on support and resistance, utilizing these red, blue, and purple lines, which are fib lines, right? So what I would tell you is this, guys, if you go over, if you go ahead and go over to tradinglikeaboss.com, right here, there's a free 3-day training that I do on Fibonacci's, right? It's a 3-part series. It's not long, right? It's about 20 minutes each day. It gives you enough time to work through the exercises, come back the next day and start looking at the next training. Go ahead and download that. It's free. Everything on this page is free. We don't put anything up here that has any cost on it. These are all free details, right? All free trainings that we do. But that one right there will at least give you some basic understanding of how I use the fibs, right? As far as when do I get out of the trade, it has nothing to do with a spread. It has nothing to do with a covered call or a long call or put or a diagonal or a future or a bot. It means nothing. Everything comes down to the chart. When I look at the chart, from position number 1 in the chair, which is back here, and we have a training video on YouTube about the 3 positions of the chair. When I'm sitting back here looking at this chart, and let me just bring it in a little bit, okay? Let's unscrunch it a little bit. All right, I just want to see that previous line. And I look at this and said, okay, where would I not want to be? If I was in a bearish trade on this, a bear call spread, what would it be for me to say I don't want to be in this trade anymore? Whether I own the stock or short the stock, it doesn't matter. The trade type doesn't make a difference. If we got back above a resistance line on a bearish spread, right? So we're bear call spread, we think the stock's going down. So credit spread, bearish trade, using calls, spreading our risk with options, right? Is what bear call spread represents. Bullish trade, using puts, spreading our risk with options, right? In this case, if it got back above that 23 again, I've got to make a decision. Do I really want to be in this trade? So that's in a nutshell. I hope that helped. Sean dropped the links in there, guys, that you can grab that training. So go ahead and take a look at that. Erica, you'd put SPY in there as well. So I hope that when I gave it to Tom, it was good there. Bagel trades, you're looking at Chipotle. So, man, you're going for the big guns, my friend. Let's see. Let's cancel this out. Let's cancel this out. Let's do it again. CMG, right? We're not talking low price stocks now, dude. We're talking about a $1,300 stock. It's bearish. If you're trying to trade the stock, you would have to short it, which you may or may not have access to be able to do. There is a high risk in shorting. So if you're newer to trading, I would not start there. I would only trade to the bullish, to the upside if you're using these types of stocks, right? But its next downside target's about 1,300 on that one. Let's see. T-Chess, how you doing? NVIDIA. NVDA. All right. I saw NVIDIA and then I read T-Chess and I start typing the letter T in there. What am I doing? So overall bearish. Let's see where it's looking at this morning, T-Chess. NVDA, we don't need an S, Rob. So we're up about 6.5 points right now to 234. Let's see where that puts us on the chart. So we got above, well, we already were above. We got here 234. We're at 241 was our 8-moving average-ish. So we're bumping our head there. So you've got some upside trajectory. The problem is at 234, you're already $11, $12 above support. So I'd look for intraday pivot points as a potential to take the trade from there. All right. And there you have it, folks. Right. Go and grab those trainings. Hey, listen, if you want more of what we do here, Power Hour, we do each and every Monday. It's a 1-hour-long training where I go through markets. I go through my candidates. I look at yours. You get some great trading ideas. Bagel trades, if you are home at that time, it's noon Eastern. If you're home at that time, it's a great training to get into for all of you. It's a phenomenal training to get into. We pack the house, hundreds of students in there every Monday. So we're always excited. I love teaching it. It's the class, one of the classes I get the most joy out of, and I do no prep work for it at all. And there you have it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, and I'll see you all at our next update. Bye for now.